Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Stellar Lumens, aka XLM. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask guys to please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course I always do greatly appreciate it. And if you do find any of the information in this video valuable, useful, or interesting in any sort of way, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on to never miss a future update. But with that being said, let's just jump in and let's talk about XLM. So first off, I'm going to be addressing real quick Bitcoin. So 38.1K, we are breaking above that 38K level. I'm awaiting for us to reclaim 40K for us to be really bullish. 39.5K is where I pretty much start to, say, yeah, okay, it's looking pretty good. But as long as we hold above 39.5K and break eventually above 44K, that's pretty much where we want to be. Above 44K is pretty much the target point for me overall. But, again, there are some levels that we need to hit beforehand and actually hold before we do get a little bit more bullish. But in terms of XLM, I am really kind of focused on a lot of my altcoin holdings, but not too much. Like, I don't really have a spotlight on them. XLM has been one of the, main ones that, pretty much got my attention in terms of how low it actually went. We know trading volume is still down about 27.96%. But of course, even in general with Stellar, or aka XLM, following XRP cohesively, you guys can pretty much look at this in terms of the all-time charts and really kind of compare the two. They look eerily similar. They look pretty much the same. I do believe that we are in store for something similar to this move here. If we're talking about the current level that we're at, maybe we're pretty much around this point here back in, pretty much July of 2017. We have a few months still left ahead of us before we do go absolutely parabolic. But I'm just saying, what if this is right around the corner? What if the next major move for XLM is right around the corner? In my opinion, it is. I believe it is pretty much probably around like a month to like 3 months away before we do see some major price movement. And I'm not saying that to, disregard anything that I'm saying. I'm just saying we have a little bit more time to accumulate. We might have a little bit more time to, load up on some other altcoins, make some gains there, and kind of flush them into, XLM or even XRP if you guys, do hold both of them. I do hold both of them. I'm not biased on XRP or XLM. I'm holding both of them fairly strong. I know a lot of people were kind of concerned with the XLM price, action recently. Do not let that disregard you. Do not let it scare you out of XLM. Sitting at about a $5 billion market cap, I believe that this has 10x opportunities all over it. 10 to 20x, honestly, is very well possible, especially if we're talking about like $100 billion in market cap value. I think that is fairly, bare minimum prices, honestly. So, we got to really kind of watch the market closely. Who knows where Bitcoin is going to go in terms of its all-time highs? I know we've seen a lot of numbers. In my opinion, I think like 75 to 85K is the topping point, which still allows for almost a 2x on Bitcoin. Again, if those levels are correct, if we do hit those numbers, then we will see a lot of price movement throughout the altcoin market, and I still believe that parabolic prices are still ahead of us. But with all that in mind, let's talk about some bullish things within the Stellar ecosystem. So first off, we do see our small and medium enterprises, SMEs, account for roughly 90% of businesses and 50% of jobs worldwide, and of course, blockchain is revolutionizing how they're approaching their businesses. Read more from our, policy lead, and of course, a lot of people are saying, just do something with the price. Many investors lose many. The funny thing about that is like everybody's so caught up in prices, but they don't want to read fundamentals. Like the fundamentals behind Stellar, aka with XLM, are incredible. With what they are really kind of focused on in terms of use cases and development, which I'm going to be talking about in this video as well, a lot of people are disregarding the true value maker here, which is fundamentals. And of course, we do see here how blockchain accelerates small business growth and development. Of course, this is on World Economic Forum. Blockchain technologies are revolutionizing how small and medium enterprises are approaching their business. We see this even with XRP, with Ripple. In developing economies, blockchain payment solutions can bridge a gap and open new markets for many business owners. The connected nature of blockchain means developing economy SMEs can access new markets while boosting economic growth at home. So essentially, this is all talking about a bridge for SMEs, blockchain and digital resources for SMEs as well, really kind of freeing up, some of the fees, pretty much estimating 600 million jobs need to be created by 2030 to absorb the growing global workforce as well. So, with a lot of digitization, this is really kind of focused on the demand for the SME or SME finance in developing economies stands at $8.9 trillion, while the current credit supply is $3.7 trillion. This financing gap, alongside looming effects from automation and skill shortages, illustrates a stark reality for many SMEs. Blockchain technology, however, has the ability to help SMEs build, grow, and adapt to many of these challenges. Connecting small-scale businesses to global markets through blockchain solutions save costs while simplifying payments, flexible entrepreneurs for a digital future as well. Digitization is going to open the door for a lot of business growth and job opportunities, but it's also going to help simplify payments, really kind of talking more so about the inefficiencies of payments in general by saving a lot of money in terms of fees. It's also going to streamline payments as well. We see this even with cross-border payments with, Ripple. We know 3 to 5 second settlement times should not be disregarded at all, especially considering the fact that when we're talking about crypto payments in terms of not wire transfers, I shouldn't say too much, but cross-border payments just in general, right? Where you would typically send a wire transfer. It's like 5 to 9 business days. With Ripple, even with XRP and even with Stellar Lumens with XLM, it's still that nice, almost instant settlement time, which is incredible. And of course, you're saving a ton of money. So even those, poor third world countries essentially that are trying to send money to their family, maybe to their friends, even around the world, even as an individual typically that's sending money, like even myself, right? I run a business, and me sending money, cross-border accumulates a ton of fees. So overall, I could see the growing demand for, of course, this sort of technology. I see it on a day-to-day basis, and I actually experience it. That's why when we see things like this, like Wire announces new integration with Settle on the Stellar network to power seamless cryptocurrency transactions in Latin America, this is incredible. Okay, a lot of these developments in updates are huge for Stellar in terms of growth, but also to give greater access to digital capital with a more secure system. And again, this is in the largest emerging cryptocurrency market ever. This is literally incredible. Okay? Wire will work with Settle, a digital asset settlements network, and pretty much Stellar Anchor to provide closer integrations within the Latin American, cryptocurrency infrastructure. The Settle network provides the infrastructure needed to process cross-border transactions, payments, and digital assets. This is all focused on cross-border payments and transactions in general, because guess what? Those sorts of transactions and payments are the highest grossing fee-based payments. As we bridge the next billions of people into a brave new world, Wire needs to move fast on making the transition as seamless as possible. This integration gives our partners easy access to some of the largest countries within Latin America and provides millions of people access to the crypto economy, all powered through the safe and powerful Stellar protocol. Understand that all of these major partnerships that Stellar already has in place, which again is a ton of them, Wire is just one of many, are all going to build out massive use cases like this, and pretty much continue to develop these major inclusive services for individuals to use around the world. And of course, we do see here Stellar for remittances. This is exactly why it's being utilized. And of course, they are trying to go after that 1.7 billion unbanked individuals in the world as well, similar to even, Ripple. It is a problem that we're trying to solve, and there's a ton of use cases behind Stellar. Like I said, focus on their partnerships. Like for an example, I believe that I want to say this is also another use case with Cowrie and Settle, even Tempo as well. Inclusive, there's a ton of partnerships that Stellar already has. You can pretty much read that on their case studies section on their website. They have a ton of partnerships similar to the ones that we're talking about right now, aka Wire, Cowrie, and even Tempo. But again, it's going to continue to grow. And last but not least, I do want to talk to you guys about one major update within the Stellar ecosystem, and that is smart contracts. Listen closely to this, guys.
Network innovation is a core focus for the Stellar Development Foundation, and that's going to continue in 2022 as we challenge ourselves to adapt to new possibilities and see the opportunity they bring to extend Stellar. And the most immediate way we can think of to do that this year is with smart contracts. You heard me right. I said we are looking to bring smart contracts to Stellar in 2022. There's a lot of work to be done to get there, but at SDF we're committed to researching and shepherding the development of the code and creating community engagement around an implementation. And the goal is to have Stellar remain one of the most accessible networks for developers so they can deliver high quality and safe applications to their users while also allowing it to adapt and respond to the competitive blockchain landscape. Smart contracts would allow the ecosystem to develop a new suite of products and services on Stellar. They'd not only be a boon to current developers, they'd also attract new developers to Stellar. They will also make it easier for end users to take advantage of Stellar's network of fiat on-ramps to cash into the new digital economy, thereby improving equitable access to financial infrastructure. Since the Stellar network was built as the future of payments, it's important that smart contracts on Stellar are secure for users and can scale without exorbitant network fees. If we do this right, it could set smart contracts on Stellar apart from all the rest. We're optimistic that we can get it done this year, but ultimately, as an open source network with an engaged ecosystem of developers, this isn't solely our decision, right? It's something that we will build with ecosystem support. So we look forward to working with you all to build smart contracts on Stellar.
And this is going to be huge. Okay, I obviously have the article open over here. We could pretty much kind of read more into this if you guys want to, but I'm not going to read too much into this. You guys pretty much heard exactly what he's saying. You know, pretty much this is going to happen in 2022. It's going to be ramping up. It's going to be growing and growing and growing in terms of demand. And of course, we do see a little bit of a breakdown here. As part of our 2022, strategy, SDF is committing to support the development of smart contracts on Stellar, because it enables equitable access to the financial system. DeFi is becoming a major part of the system. DeFi isn't new to Stellar. It's been core to the protocol with a built-in decentralized exchange from the get-go, before decentralized exchange was popularized. And of course, the auto, market maker functionality became available in 2021. Now we're taking DeFi on Stellar to the next level. Smart contracts will lower the barrier of entry and allow developers to build new trust minimalized functionality without protocol changes. For us, DeFi on Stellar means, again, direct access to the global network of on and off ramps. The latest player to join, MoneyGram, will provide crypto cash conversions in 300,000 locations around the world. What? We're exploring various options for smart contracting languages and VMs, both existing and developing our own. Our main considerations are safety, scalability, and equitable access. There's nothing off the shelf that fits the bill, but we're learning a lot from existing networks, both what works and what doesn't. We'll consult the ecosystem as we make progress, and again, you guys can pretty much read all about safety, scalability, equitable access, and all of that. But ultimately, 2022 is going to be a huge year for XLM, aka Stellar. This is why I tell you guys to focus on the bigger picture. It's not all about price action. I understand we all want to get rich. We all want to make a ton of money, but that does come as development, and of course, use happens. Okay, development is going to be skyrocketing in terms of, it's going to ramp up. Okay, smart contracts are huge. We've seen smart contracts pretty much bring a ton of growth for a lot of these major networks. Stellar is no different. Stellar sitting at number 30 in terms of the list right now just tells me exactly how undervalued Stellar actually is. I think that it was extremely oversold on this last major drop. I think that it gave us an incredible buy-in opportunity. It still is at a very good buy-in opportunity. This is an easy, in my opinion, 10x to $2 at least. 20x to $4. I told you guys yesterday in my video on XLM, $2 to $4 is, in my opinion, bare minimum prices. If we're talking about XRP going to like $10 to $15, we could easily hit about like $6 at the high end for XLM. That's not what I'm waiting for, of course. I am more so kind of dead set on just kind of taking my profit where I want to, having my own exit plan. Of course, you guys should all have your exit plan as well. But of course, this is crypto, so anything is possible. Who knows where we really will go in terms of price. But $2 to $4, in my opinion, is a safe range, especially going off of the old all-time high of about like 94 cents. I think that we could easily double that to $1.80, which will eventually lead us to $2 plus. So overall, of course, do your own research, understand what you hold, but in my opinion, XLM is an extremely undervalued gem with a ton of ROI potential, especially with what is happening in 2022 with development, and of course, they're not slowing down at all. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this world. It's been Nick. Peace out, guys.